Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Meg and I just wanted to come in here and play with some makeup, do an eyeshadow look, and I thought we'd play with a palette that I've just been thinking about a lot lately, and that is the Wicked Widow Beauty Resurrection palette. This is just one of my faves and I haven't played with her in a bit and I just thought I'd give her some love. So if you want to see what look I create, then keep on watching. Alright, so I just went ahead and already zoomed you in. I think I have an idea of sort of the color story I want to go with, so let's just jump right into it. I'm going to first take the black from the palette, and this is the shade Sinner, and we're going to go in with this Morphe, just kind of like packer sort of brush, and we're going to create the base of the look. I think we're going to do like a halo eye. Always gotta make sure you stamp out any of that eyeshadow primer before getting started. We're just going to place this on the inner and outer part of the eye. Not bring it up too high yet because we can always add more, but especially with like a black, it's really hard to kind of take it back down if you overdo it. I'm gonna do that on the inner part as well. All right, and then next we are going to jump into, I think we're going to go into the deep blue, which is the shade Growth. And I'm going to start building that on top of the black using this brush. It came in like a BoxyCharm. I have a hard time reading. It's MIA by something. I can't really read it, but it's just like a packer brush. And we're just going to continue to build up on what we've already started. Let me just forget how much I love this formula. Actually, I think we're going to start bridging that across all the way. If you haven't checked it out, I did a 3 looks, 1 palette video with this, as well as I think like at least one other video on here as well. So I've already done a bunch of looks on here with this palette, but it's just an amazing one. And if you're going to get any palette from them, this is the one that I would say not to sleep on because it is probably one of my all-time faves. I just absolutely adore this palette. Probably one of my favorites in my collection, to be honest. And I absolutely love it. If you can't tell from how I'm gushing about it. All right, and then next we're going to go in with another blue, and this is the shade Afterlife. I just can't get over like how much I love like the tones in this. Like not only is the formula amazing, but I just love the tones of the shades that are in it. Like it's rainbowy. Like if you haven't seen the palette, haven't seen my other videos, like this is the color story. And it's just like it's rainbowy without being like oh, it's a rainbow. Like, you know, because that color story can get a little bit boring sometimes. So it really kind of mixes it up with the undertones of the shades. We're just going to start blending out love this shade. I definitely need to do another 3 looks, 1 palette video. I feel like it's been a little bit since I've done one. They are a lot of work, so it's nice when I have like a bit of a buildup of some stuff to post before I get into one, just because it takes time to do each look before I'm able to post it. So I don't like kind of having too much lag time on here without content when I can avoid it. Such a pretty color. And we'll go back in, like we'll redefine with the other shades. But maybe I'll do a poll on my Instagram soon. Like I'll pick out a few palettes that have got my attention that I haven't done one of those videos with yet. And do a poll on my Instagram stories as to which one I should do that video with next. So if you're not already following me on Instagram, make sure you are if you want to try to vote and have a say in that. I have my account linked in my description box. So now we're just going back in and adding back any pigmentation and depth that we might have lost. Okay, now I want to go in with some shimmers. So I'm going to take this just like flat sort of packer brush, but it's nice and thin, so I think it'll work well for this. It's a MAC 213. It's just like an old brush, and I'm going to take some NYX glitter glue and place that all over the center of my lid. And next, I think I want to go in with this shade in the corner here. It's gorgeous duochrome. I don't know if it's capturing properly on camera, but it like has like a very almost like bluey gray to like reddish and pink and burgundy kind of shift, like even a bit purpley. Like I just think it's stunning. So I want to start placing that on the inside and outside. Not necessarily making it connect like in the very middle because we're going to put another shade, but if it comes close to it, it's fine because the other shade will just overlap on top. How beautiful is that though? Right, and then flipping that brush over, we're going to go into this beautiful blue shade here called Immortal Rest. And we're going to pick that up on the same brush, but just on the other side, and start putting that in the middle. I thought about going in with like the purple shade Ethereal. It's one of my favorite shades in the palette, but I just wanted to do something a bit different, a bit contrasting. Kind of play with this color story in a different way. Ooh, I think those are really pretty together. I really love how they play off one another. I'm gonna go back into that prior shimmer a little bit. Those are pretty with black. Oh yeah, that's fun. I like that a lot. It's the fun thing about color stories is you can just like kind of just explore and like play and see how things like mesh up together, and I don't know, like that's the fun thing with makeup just in general. It's just have fun with it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You don't like how it turned out and you wash it off. Like maybe don't be experimental when like you have to like go somewhere and you don't have time to redo your makeup. But when I'm just sitting here playing, having fun, I don't know, it's just fun to mess around and push the boundaries. So I'm enjoying that. So as you can see, I went and caught up the other eye. I also placed some liner in. I thought this would play off of like the blues really nicely. And it is from LA Girl. It's one of their Shockwave neon liners, and this is in the shade Fresh, I think. Yeah, Fresh. So place that on my lower waterline. And now I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. It's just like a small Morphe, it's a JH42, and I'm just going to pick up some of that black center shade, and we're going to start placing that like right underneath my lash line. Alright, so that took a moment because as I was starting this eye, my eyes started to water, so I had to let them chill out for a second before we continued on. But all I did was I have the black under both. I might have to like touch up the liner in my waterline after, we'll see, but I don't want to irritate my eye any further. So we're gonna just move on. I think we're gonna grab, yeah, we're gonna grab more of this Afterlife shade, and I'm gonna use it on the same brush that I originally used, which I don't think when I used this I told you what brush it was, but it's from Real Techniques, and it is a base shadow brush. We're just gonna use this just to lightly blend a little bit. Nothing too drastic. One, because I'm liking how it's already looking, and two, I don't want to irritate my eye any more than I already have. Something like that. And then I think we're just going to take my pinky and a bit of this shade here called Halo. It's just this like very ethereal, even though there's another shade called Ethereal, but just very like glowy, kind of pinky, purple, whitish, iridescent shade. We're just going to stamp that on the inner corner, just like that. Now I didn't use any NYX glitter glue here for this. Sometimes I will in the inner corner, and sometimes I don't. In this case, I didn't. All right, so I think that is pretty much it for the eyes. I'm gonna go put on some lashes, a lip, show you the full look. We'll wrap things up. All right, here we have the finished look, and I am just so in love with how this turned out. It's hard to resist playing with this palette more and more. It's just, there's a reason that this is one of my all-time favorites in my collection. Unfortunately, as of right now, I did double check on the website, and it's saying it is sold out right now, and it was like a pre-order, because I think that's how they tend to do this. I'm not 100% sure right now if they are going to bring this palette back again. I know it's come back for numerous pre-orders, so hopefully if you haven't gotten your hands on this yet and still want to, hopefully you'll still have that chance. And if it does come back, I personally, like, I know it's a lot of money, like this is like 110 Canadian to get, but there are just a lot of really special shades in here, and it's a good size palette, and it's by an indie brand, so there's just a lot more like work and stuff like that that goes into this, so it does cost more. For me, I personally think it's worth it, but that doesn't mean like go blow the budget, spend money that you can't if you don't have it. But it's not available right now anyways, so it doesn't matter. But if you haven't even checked out Wicked Widow Beauty, I highly recommend that you do. I'm so in love with it. I don't have much from them. I only have this and the Graveyard Smash palette. I would love to get more. They are a company that I would love to even work with one day. Like, to get onto their PR list would be an absolute dream come true. But as of right now, when I can, will continue to buy their palettes and support them. This has just been, again, one of my all-time favorite purchases, palettes ever. So enough gushing. To finish off the look, I went in with a combo for the lip. I decided to do something a bit bold and fun. So for lip liner, I went in with this Perfectionist lip liner in Familia from Melt Cosmetics. It's no longer available, but it's just like a kind of like deep purple, so they've got tons of shades like that out there in different formulas. And then I went in with an oldie but a goodie. This is from NYX Cosmetics, and it's one of their suede matte lipsticks in the shade Lavender and Lace. I've had this for a while. It is probably very expired, but it still functions great and I like it. It doesn't have weird smell, so I'm going to keep using it. But absolutely adore this. It's just like a nice kind of, I don't know, like murky purple, and I really love the tone. And then just went in with my Ioni half lashes in Foxy that I love and use in most looks. If you enjoyed this video, I greatly appreciate if you give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe. Any and all engagement really does help my small channel grow, help with the algorithm, and I greatly appreciate all of you that have just been showering this channel with love and support. It means the world to me and really kind of helps, you know, give me that encouragement to keep, you know, working at it, keep posting, and just keep putting content out there, because this is definitely something that I really enjoy doing and would love to do more of for you. Also, if you're not already, check me on my other socials, Spooky Mama Glam on Instagram and TikTok. I do post on those as well. Not as often as I have in the past. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. But sometimes I have looks on there that I haven't done videos for or anything like that. So if you want to see other content from me, definitely check me out on those. But that just about wraps this up. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look. If you have this palette or have similar color stories in that and wanted some inspiration on how you could kind of like marry colors like this together, then I hope that this helped with some inspiration and just sort of encouraged you to like step outside of your comfort zone when it comes to color combos and just really, I don't know, have fun with stuff. Just go for it. It's makeup, you know. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!